Hi, this is Bill with OPP. Today I want to talk a little bit about ASCs and syndications. So there's a lot of misunderstandings and misconceptions about how to properly syndicate a surgery center. So we're going to address that in a series of pieces. And the first step I want to talk about today is what I call about evaluating the right partner. And one of the biggest problems I have seen over the years when surgery centers try to syndicate is that some of the early partners that get in early end up having a very significant disproportionate share of ownership to what happens later after the syndication is more latter stage. And those that have come in later sometimes end up being some of the busiest surgeons at the place. And so this is where these crossroads come together, right? So let's say if you're an early stage investor, you end up with a 15% equity stake, and then down the road, a gentleman comes in for a 1, 2, or 3% equity stake, but he or she ends up being 15 or 20% of the center's overall revenue. And this is not uncommon that some of the more productive surgeons in a syndication are the latter stage investors. So what then happens down the road is you have a real kind of crossroads where some of the early stage investors aren't nearly as productive as the latter stage, and you have such a disproportionality of productivity to what the equity partnership agreement stipulates that you get a lot of infighting, a lot of internal resentment, and often, like I've seen, surgery center deals tend to implode versus explode because of the lack of proper planning in the syndication model. So these are just things to keep in mind. There's no easy one answer to this, but the moral of this story is to say when you are planning a syndication, especially for a de novo center, really try to look at the long-term play of your payer mix and who's going to be involved, and try to bring some strategies so that the latter stage investors have enough opportunity for equity to not necessarily be resentful to the early stage ones. Stay tuned to OPP for more information on how we can help you with the ASCs.